This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, good evening all. Okay, today we will be discussing on the Numpy array slicing, right? So Numpy array slicing. So what's the date today? Today is the date 7, 12, and 2020, right? 2020. So today what gonna be discussing it? We will be discussing on Numpy array slicing. Numpy array slicing, right? Numpy array slicing. Numpy array slicing. Okay, normally, what do you mean by slicing, guys? You have discussed about it. We have the videos of the slicing also, right? So, and the in the description you have the link over there, so you can go and look onto the other slicing part also. So, coming to here slicing, what do you need to remember whenever the slicing comes? It's nothing but simple thing. It's nothing but instead of writing for loop, right? Instead of writing for loop for int I is equal to 0, I less than 5, or I plus plus. Okay, in the simple words, I'll be telling it. Instead of writing like this, what you can do it using slicing and tell it starts from 0 and it need to end till 5 and update should be 1. This is the way you'll be writing the slicing, right? Instead of writing the for loop, you will be writing like this. That is what main agenda you need to look onto it. To know more about the slicing, you have the video in the link in the description of the link, sorry, a description of the video, and you can have it and you can go for it. Okay, so it's nothing but something like this, guys. You have it something called as start index, and you have something called as end index, and you have something called as update, right? You have something called as update, and the default values you also know about it. And again, you can also give it something called as start index. Start index, I'll just tell it as SI, I will tell it start index and end index. You can just tell it even this also. Okay, update is not actually needed, right? So by default, the update is not there. By default, it will be taken as what? One itself. These things you know about it. Okay. Now coming here, how do you do the array slicing? Okay, that was the question onto it. So what I can do is like I'll go for the numpy now. I'll go for the numpy now. I will just import it. import import. I'll just tell as like numpy. Right? I'll just tell as like numpy. I can even import as like this numpy as np. I will tell it. Is that cool, guys? Numpy as np. I will tell it. Now what I do is like I will be reading one array called as a is equals to, I'll just tell as like np dot, I'll tell as array, and I will be telling it has like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9. Okay, so this is what I'll do it. So a is nothing but an array object, right? If you want to read it array, right? So I can do it as something like this: 1, 5. I will tell it, right? If I read this one, so I'll be getting like this, right? This is not 1, 5. Sorry. It's nothing but 1:5. Okay, so it's my bad. So what do you get it? You get it from the indexing of 2 to less than 5, in the sense this is nothing but 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 and less than this one. So I'll be getting this one, right? So what I gonna do it? Okay, so how I gonna be writing it? Now I'll go for here and I will tell it as something like this. Okay, so I'll be writing a neat block diagram for this. Okay, so I have a practice for writing a block diagram from here itself. Okay, so here it is nothing but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you have 7, you have 8, and you have 9, right? You have indexing 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, you have it. And you have negative indexing also, right? So what's this negative indexing? You will be having with -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, -7, -8, -9. Okay, this is how you're gonna be doing the negative indexing. Now what do you need to do it? You can tell us like a start index. Start index, you want to start from 3. So I'll tell us 3, I will tell it. I'll start from 3. I want to end it till 7. I'll tell us less than 7. This is nothing but what? Less than. So Python always defers what? Less than. This is what we have done it in the previous topics, right? So I'll just tell it as like this. Either ways, I can tell it something like this: a of 3 is to 7 is to 1, right? By default, it is updating by 1. Or else, what I can do it, guys, I can start it with this one. So I can tell it as like 3, and instead of 3, I can tell it as -6, and instead of 7, I can tell it as -2, right? Either this way also I can tell it. Okay, I will be not going depth in this because you have already come across this. And again, if you need to slicing, need to more know about it, you have the video which has been uploaded. Okay, the link will be in the description as I mentioned that. So I'll come here I'll tell it as like a of 3 comma 3 is to 7. I will tell it, right? A of 3 is to 7. So I'm getting it. So same thing for the negative indexing. What I did it for negative indexing, what I did it, guys. So I have done it something like this: -6 and -2, right? -6 is to -2. I have told it. So I'll enter this. I'll be getting the same output, right? This is what the negative slicing. Same as, unlike, like you have done it for the previous one, the same order you will be doing it here also. Okay, not to worry about it. Now coming to here, the problem comes when it is a like a multi-dimension, right? In multi-dimension you can do many things, guys. Okay, same like for loop itself, you look onto it, nested for loop. Okay, in that way, in that order, you can do it slicing over here also. Okay, how you need to do it? Okay, how you need to do it, I'll be telling you the examples for you of many kind of examples. I'll be telling it. Now what I do is like I want to convert this array into the two dimension. How to convert into the two dimension, guys? I can even easily I can convert it. There is a function called as resize it, but right now I'll be not introducing it. I'll be doing it as the manual thing. Okay, I'll come here. I'll do it as np dot. I'll just set as like array. Okay, array I will tell it. So I will do it manually, nothing to worry about it. I'll do it manually. For now, I'll be doing it manually. I'll tell us 1, 2, 3, 4. I will tell it. I'll be doing it as two dimensions. So I'll tell us 5, 6, 7, 8. I'll tell it. I'll close this and I'll enter this. So I have a I have a two-dimension array. So how this block diagram will be for the two dimension? Okay, how this block diagram will be? How the block diagram will be, guys? The block diagram will be something like this. So I'll be coming here. I'll be telling this diagram. I'm telling this diagram. So I'll tell it as like 0, 1. I will tell it. I will tell it as like this. I will tell it. And then I'll tell it as like this. I'll tell it. Right? So I'll tell it as 0, 1, 2. I'll tell it. I'll tell it as 0, 1, 2. I'll tell it. For this one, I'll tell it as 0, 1, 2, 3. I'll tell it. 0, 1, 2, 3. I will tell it. Right? Here, what is the value you have it? You have a value called as 1, 2, 3, 4. You have it. And 5, 6, 7, 8. You have it. Again, you have the negative indexing also. I'll be just writing the negative indexing over here. -1, -2, -3, and -4. Here also I'll be writing it as -1, -2, -3, and -4. Here also I'll tell it as -1 and -2. All right. Now this one has a guys. Now this one has a. What I need to do it is, if I, for example, if I need it like uh, if I need it, for example, if I tell it as a is 2 is 2 is 2, if I tell it like this, a is 2 and is 2, right? So I'll come here. I'll be just telling it as like a of a. I will tell it. So everything, all the data, I'm getting it. I'm running default all the things, right? I'll be running default all the things. Okay, got it. Okay, so this one I will have a pause. This one I'll have a pause, and I will tell you a few things, guys. Okay, I'll tell you a few things. What I need to do it here is, okay, look on here, guys. Same like when you want to iterate the two-dimension array. Okay, how do you iterate the two-dimension array, guys? For example, you needed I'll compare always with the for loop now for your better understanding. I wanted 3, 4, and 7, 8. I wanted 3, 4, and 7, 8. How do you write the for loop, guys? You will write a for loop something like this here. For my understanding, for I is equal to 0, you will tell it. I less than, you will tell it as 2, you will tell it, and I will tell it as I plus plus. Yes or no? For this one, you will run it. Inside this for loop, you have one more for loop. For j equals to, you need to start from 2, guys. You'll tell it as j is less than what, guys? 4, you will tell it, and each time you need to update it j plus plus. Yes or no, guys? You will tell it like this, and you will print it, and you will print it I comma j. You will print it, right? This is how you will print it, right? This is how you need to iterate it, the two-dimension array, right? So in Python, what it does is like it will make it very much easy. How it makes very much easy is something like this, guys. A of what I do is like I can tell it this one: 0 is to 2 is to, updating by 1, I'll tell it as 1, comma, I'll tell it as like this. This one inner dimension, I want to start from 2 and I want to end till 4, and I will tell it as what? 1. I will tell it, right? I will tell it as what? 1. I will tell it. Here I'll come here, I will tell it as 1. I will tell it. If I tell this, my job is done. Entire job, whatever I was doing it here, this will be done, guys. Okay. So let me go for here. Let me go for here. How to do this? So I'll just tell as a of. I'll just tell as like a of. I'll just start from 0 and I want to end it 2. And I want to tell it as 1 is to 1. I will tell it. I'll put it comma over here, right? So later on, I'll tell it as 2 or 4. I will tell it, and then I will tell it as 1. I'll enter this. So whether I'm getting 3, 4, and 7, 8, guys. whether I'm reading 3, 4, and 7, 8, guys. Yes, I'm getting 3, 4, and 7, 8. The same thing, I'll do it with the negative indexing. Okay, using the block diagram, it is very much easy using it. How I will be doing it is something like this, guys. Okay, I'll tell it as like A, as well as like A. So from where I want to start it, guys? I want to start it from -2, guys. I want to start it from -2. This is nothing but 0 and 2. 2 is nothing but what? What is that? What is that? What is that? 2 is nothing but what? What do you tell it? What do you tell it for 2, guys? Okay, you will leave it like that itself. Nothing to worry about it. When you don't know anything, you can leave it. Nothing to worry about it. Okay. So each time I want to increment by 1, I'll tell it as like 1. No problem with that. Now again, I want to start from 2. 2 is nothing but what? -2. 2 is nothing but -2. And 4, you don't have 4. You can leave it. Nothing to worry about it. And you can tell it as incremented by 1. So you can write it like this. Okay. -2 is to 1. -2 is to 1. Right. So I'll just tell us like A of -2. -2. I'll leave it like that. Is to 1. I'll put it. And again I will tell it as like -2 is to 1. I will tell it. Okay, so this clarity or whatever the clarity I had explained in that video, remember when I did the slicing concept, I have done it very much clearly, right? So what do you want to write it over here? So I had written your logic also. I had given a best logics for you also. I guess slicing video is uploaded, right? Yeah. Oh god. Okay. Okay. Okay guys, any queries still here? Any queries still here? Please. Guys, any queries still here? Any queries you have it till here, you can ask me. You can put it on the comments. Till here, if you have any queries, you can put it on the comments. Any queries, any queries, any queries, any queries, any queries. Good to go, guys. I'm really good to go. Shall I continue it? Okay, I will give you one thing, guys. I'll give you one thing. Okay, you just tell me. Okay, I wanted 2 and 3, and I wanted 6 and 7. How do you write it? I wanted 2 and 3, and I wanted 6 and 7. How do you write a program for this? You tell me. How do you write the slicing for this? I didn't get it, Sukesh. Please switch on your mic and you can represent it.
Sir, in C, you are saying that to enter into the to get the value of 2, we need to first enter into the 0th block, and we need to go for the first place in that block.
Same
Like that,
same thing you are doing here also.
but you are not specifying, sir.
No, like this. I have not specifying that. Okay, but what I am mainly concentrate on the slicing is because of the looping. Okay, instead of looping, I am doing the slicing. My concentration is on the looping part. Got
Okay,
it?
sir. Okay, okay.
Okay.
I
That
got
is
it, sir.
not that is normal. Okay. And again, guys, if you need a clear picture on this, you need to watch the video of the arrays. Okay, arrays, and that is in the C language, and again in the Numpy. All right. So again, you need to watch the video of the slicing part. So that both combined, this is the mixture of that. right? Now you tell me the logic. If I want to get it 2 and 3 and 6 and 7, how do I do it? Tell me. How do I do that? Guys, what is that like? Okay, what I needed like 2, 3 and 6, 7, right? So how do I do that? Simple thing. I'll tell it as A. What I do it? So I want to combine this whole things, right? 0 and 1, I want to go for it. So I can even tell it as like this, colon also I can tell it. All right, this everything I want to manufacture it. So I want to send it data. So I'll tell it as just a colon also. I'll be doing it, right? So if it is nothing but specified, I can tell it end index, which index I want to do this. That also I can tell about it. Okay. Now coming to here, what I need to do it is I want to start from 1, right? I want to start from 1. I'll tell it as 1 here. Is 2. I want to end till 2, and it access till 2. That means I want to tell it as 3 because it is 1. So I can tell it like this, right? So this is the way I'll be doing it. Okay. So how do I do it? I'll just tell it as like what? So A is to colon, I'll tell it, comma, I need to start from 1, and I want to tell it as what? 3. I want to tell it as like 3, and I want to tell it as 1. I will tell it, right? So if I enter this, I'll be getting what? 2, 3 and 6, 7, right? I'll be getting what? 2, 3 and 6, 7. Is that cool, guys? Is that cool? Okay. Done. Okay, guys, done. Okay, I would like to do it more things. Okay, if you put it in the comments, so one more trial, sir. So I'll be doing it one more thing on this. If you ask me, do I want to do it in the 3-dimension, guys? Do I want to do it for the 3-dimension? Yes. I want to do it in the 3-dimension. Okay, let's do it with the 3-dimension. Okay, let's do it with the 3-dimension. Going here, I'll be going here. What I do, I'll write a block diagram first. Okay, I'll do the block diagram. Okay, I will give, for example, I will draw a neat block diagram like this, right? A little bit higher. Okay, so I'll do it as like 1, 1, 2, 3. Okay, here I'll do it as 2 block diagrams. Okay, I'll do it like this. Okay, I'll do it as like this. Okay, so inside this I'll tell us two values, only two values I'll tell it. Okay, I'll tell us like two values. Okay, adjust with the block diagram, might be I don't have the real space efficiently. Okay, so what I do is like I'll tell us indexing 0 1 2. I'll tell it here also you have 0 1 0 1 and 0 1, and here also you have 0 1 0 1 and 0 1 0 1 and 0 1 and 0 1. Right, I'll tell us values here. I'll tell us values here called as I'll tell us like 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 10. I'll tell us like 11 and I'll tell us like 12. I hope this is visible for you, right? Okay, 12. Now what I'll do is like I'll be doing the negative indexing. So negative indexing. So how to do the negative indexing? -1 -2 -3, right? This is nothing but -1 -2 -1 -2. This is nothing but what? -1 -2. This is nothing but -1 -2 -1 -2 -1 -2 -1 -2 and -1 -2 and -1 -2. Right guys, I'll be doing like this. Now tell me guys, okay, I wanted 3 4. I wanted output as 3 4 7 8 7 and 11 12. Tell me guys what I need to do with 11 12. This is what the output I wanted it. Tell me guys what I need to do it if I want to get the output. Okay, what I will do it. What I gonna do it? Okay, correct. Okay, that's really interesting. Okay, so what I need to do it, I want to have it three, even three itself. Okay, so what I do it now, I'll just tell it as like A. I'll tell it as like A, right? I will tell it as like A now. So what I'll do it now, I will be telling it as A, A. So since I wanted this one everything, so I will be telling it as like A of 0, right? So I want to tell this length, entire length, as 3. So each time it is incrementing by 1, right? So this is 1 comma, right? So again, what I needed it, I want to start it from the second index. That is nothing but what? 1, right? 1. In here, I need to not start from 0. I want to start from 1. Here also 1, here also 1. So it will continue for everything. It's not for only one thing. When you write the for loop, okay? So again, I'm telling you, whenever you write this, you think about the for loop, guys. You exactly think about the for loop. That's more than enough. Right, so what I'll do it, 1, I will tell it from 1. Okay, from how much you need to access it. Oh, that's it. Like, so you tell it as 2 and you tell us like 1 itself. You can tell it like this, right? Again, what I need to do it, I want to start this one from 0 and I want to end it till 2 and I'll tell it as 1. So this is how you're gonna be writing it. So in short, sir, how you can write it is, sir, we know that I want everything from here, so I'll tell it as like colon and colon. I will tell it, I'll put a colon and I'll tell it as like here I want to start it from 1. Since I will tell, since I'm starting with 1, I'll tell it as 1 here. I'll say that 1 here. I'll put it here colon and colon, comma. Since I'm starting from here is like 0 and that one, I'll put it as colon and colon. I'll put it like this. I can even write it like this. This is also right. So when I show this for the first time, you will be like, oh, sir, how do you do this? Right? This becomes very easy. Instead of writing 3 for loops, I can write up in this order, right? In single line. Okay, I'll just do it this one, the last one. Okay, I'll just do it first one and then I'll check it with the last one. Okay, 0 3 1 1 2 1, right? 0 3 1 1 2 1. What is that? 0 3 1. Okay. 0 3 1 9 1 2 1. Right? A of, did I do this? No, right? I didn't declare this, right? I didn't declare this. Okay, fine, no problem. I'll be telling it as array now. np.array, np.array. I will tell it. How do you do that? How do you do that? You'll tell us 3-dimension array. Inside that 3-dimension, you have one more dimension. Inside that dimension, what do you have it? You have it a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. You have it, right? This is what you have it, right? So again, you will tell us comma here, and inside that, what you have it? Inside that, what you have it? 1, 2. You have it 3, 4. This is done. This block is done. Inside this, you have one more block 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? 5, 6, 7, 8. So you have it one more block 5, 6, 7, 8. You have it. All right. This is one block is done. So again, I'll create it as a 2-dimension array. Inside the 2-dimension array, what do you have it? 1-dimension array. So what do you have it? 8. After 8, you have it 9, 10. You have it 9, 10. You have comma. You will tell us like 11, 12. You have it. So this is what the array I'll be writing it. So if I tell us like this, what happened? It's done, right? So it is closing bracket. Okay, so I'll close it and I'm done with this. I'll tell as array. This is what the array you have it. This is what the array we were discussing all about it, right? So now what I need to do it. So I have it a of what I need to write it, guys. I had it something like this 0, 3, 1, 1, 2, 1, right? 0, 3, 1. Okay, 0 is 2, 3 is 2, 1. I'll put it comma, and I'll tell us 1 is to 2 is to 1. I will put it, and then what do you have it? Then what you have it? 0 to 1, right? 0, 2 is to 1. I'll enter this. So whether I'm getting all those things, guys, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 11, 12. Yes, I'm getting it. I can even write it like this. How I can write it? Colon, colon, comma. So this one is start from 1, so that I'll let us colon, colon, and I'll let us colon, colon. So I can write like this. The same thing I'm getting it, guys. Same output I'm getting it. Yes, I'm getting the same output. Same output I'm getting. Guys, you got this? You got this? You check it out, it like very much easy for you. Right? It will be right. Check it out the diagram, it will be like very much easy for you. This is what the slicing is. Okay, this is where the slicing come across. Okay, after this, you write it down. Numpy data types. By default, Pythons have all those single data types. Single type. Python data types. Write down Python data type. Python data type. By default, Python have all those single type. Okay. Data types in Numpy. Numpy has some extra data types. Numpy has some extra data types. If we write it like that, okay, for example, if I tell it as like a of colon colon comma colon colon comma colon colon minus 1, if I tell it like this, right, this is what you're telling it, right? So yes, I'll be reversing it, everything, all the data is reversed. That's absolutely right. Right, the array element is reversed. Yes, it is reversed. Okay, it depends upon the dimension also. I'll tell you how to calculate those dimensions, everything. Got it? So this is what the array is. So it is 1, 2. In that vector, it will reverse it. 5, 6, 6, 5, it will happen. 7, 8, and it is getting reversed. Done? Okay, NumPy has some extra data type and refer to data types with one character. Refer to one character. Okay, NumPy has some extra data type, so I'll be discussing into it. So you have something called as format specifier in C, guys. You have something called as format specifiers in C. Same like format specifier itself, you have, if you tell one character, for example, if I tell I, that indicates what? Integer. Okay, that indicates what? Integer. Okay, so you have single character type. Okay, those indicates different data types. Okay, for example, B indicates boolean for you. You take it on this one. Boolean, B indicates boolean for you, whereas U indicates unsigned. Okay, unsigned integer, right? Unsigned integer. Where F indicates float. Where F indicates what? Float. Whereas C indicates complex. C indicates what? Complex delta, you tell it. Complex delta. Okay. So well, M indicates you have some other things also. Time delta. Okay, whereas O indicates object. O indicates object. Whereas S indicates string for you. Whereas U indicates Unicode. Unicode string. Okay, Unicode string. Where V indicates void. V indicates void. Right? These are the things which you need to remember. Okay, so how do you change it? How do you see it? Okay, not all the types can be converted into the other types. Okay, there are certain types which you can convert it. So I'll be giving little examples for you. So according to that, you can convert it. For a few times it happens. What happens if you can convert it from string to integer or integer to string? Okay, those are all the things we'll be looking onto it. Okay, certain data types you cannot convert to each other, but perhaps like we can actually make it now. Okay, not to worry about it. Okay, to check the data type of an array, okay, to check the data type of an array, as Sukesh told, we'll be using D type. Okay, we'll be using what? D type. You have a word called as D type. Okay, attribute. Okay, attribute called as what? D type. So just take it down for checking the data type of an array. Checking the data type of an array. For example, what I do is I'll just tell it as like a dot D type. I will tell it. Right, a dot D type. I'll enter this. So what is it getting it? I'm getting it as integer 64. Integer 64. Okay, I can even tell the size also, guys. I can even fix the size also, or in the numpy I can even change the size also. That one I will tell you how it is. Okay, for example, I'll just tell it as like b dot b b is equals to np dot array. I will tell it array. I'll create it. It's a small array. I will create it. I'll just tell it as like mib, and I'll tell it as like web. I will tell it. Right, web I will tell it. So I will create it like this. I'll create an array like this, and I'll let us b dot type. I will tell it b dot type. If I enter this, okay, d type, right? B dot d type, right? B type. It is telling that u less than u3. Okay, Sukesh has some examples. He will be sending some PDF file for me, so I'll be posting it out in the Instagram. Okay, and that one's link also I'll be pasting in the description. What is this u3? What is this less than u3? What is that 32? That is everything. Okay, now the next thing is so you got to know how to find out the type of the given array, right? Now you write it down, creating an array with a defined data type. How to create an array with definite data type. So this is the data type I wanted. For example, I'm creating an array, right? While creating an array, for example, I'll be creating an array, maybe like I'll take one example. I'll just set as like c is equals to, I'll let as like np dot array. I'll create an array, right? While creating an array, guys, okay, look on here. While creating an array, look on here. While creating an array, let us 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And while I'm creating the array, I want to change that d type. Okay, I'll be just telling that d type. D type is now nothing called as none, right? So just set as d type, right? D type equals to, I'll just set as like one character. I'll assign it. Maybe like uppercase, I guess. Okay, so I'll assign it S. So I'll enter this. So if I tell as C, I'll be getting the things in the string format. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll just tell as like a C dot D type alternate. C dot D type alternate. So what is that? It is getting it. It is getting you what? S1. Okay, you have the different format, guys. S1, S2, S5. You have it. There are different things. Okay, normally it is nothing but like integer data, but I'm getting in this format. In this format. Got it? Okay, for certain data types, guys. Okay, for certain data types, okay, I can even assign the assign the size also, guys. For example, even for I, U, F, S, and U. Okay, I can even define the size as well. Okay, have a note on this. This in a bracket. In a bracket, you take it down. For this one, I can even assign the size for I, U, F, S, and U. I, U, F, S, and U. For this, I can even assign the size also. Different size also I can assign it. How to assign the size? Those are all things which I'll be doing. Okay, so wait a second. It's in the uppercase itself. Okay, so not very good. Okay, how to assign the size? Okay, for example, I'll be creating one array, guys. I'll be creating one array, and I will tell it as like this data type is nothing but what? By default, I'm telling it as I itself. So it is nothing but one. If I tell I, what happens? If I tell it as like C dot D type, right? C dot D type, if I tell it, it is getting what? Integer. Well, what is the byte I'm getting it? 32 I'm getting it, right? So what is that I'm getting it? 32 I'm getting it. Now what I can do is I can even define the size here. For example, I'll tell it has here 4. I'll tell it. I'll tell it as like 4 here. So if I tell as C dot D type, right? D type I'm telling it, I'm getting what? 32 itself, right? So now what I do is I can even change the size to 8. I'll tell it. I'll change the size to 8. I'll tell it. So what I'll do it now, I'll be telling it as C dot D T Y P E. I'll tell it. I'll enter this. I'll be converting into what? 64. Got it, guys? Okay, one more example I'd like to tell you. Okay, now what I need to do is, for example, if I created this one array, okay, normal array I will create it, right? So with what string data I will create it, right? String data I'll create it. Normally I'll create it. I'll not write a D type here, right? I'll not write a D type here. Now what I'll do it, I'll enter this. So what is this now? C dot D type. Okay, C dot D type you have it. What is this? It is coming less than U1. Okay, then not worry about this less than U1, S1, S2. So I'll be making one PDF file and I'll be posting out over there. Okay, and now coming here, it is getting what? It is nothing but a string. It is indicating what? It is nothing but string. It is indicating it, right? So now what I do is here, what I do it here is, okay, I'll enter this and I'll try to forcefully, I will convert this one to other type. Okay, I'll convert it to D type to I will tell it. I'll need to convert it to integer. Can I convert it to integer? I'm converting the string to integer. So if I enter this, I'll write as D dot type, D type I will tell it. D type I will tell it. If I enter this, it is converting to where? Integer. It is converting to where? Integer. It should not happen. Okay, integer. Okay. Now suppose if it is like this, if the data is like this, okay, if the data is something like this, guys. If the data is something like this, if data is like A, B, and 1, 2, 3, okay, or it's A, B, C, D only, I will tell it. A, B, C, D only, I will tell it. A, B, C, D, I will tell it. I'll enter this. At that time, I'll be getting what? Error. What is that error? I'll getting it invalid literal for integer with base 10. Okay, this is not the base 10, guys. This is base 10. You can convert it, but this is not the base 10. Right? That means it is not a decimal number. This is not a decimal number. This is the decimal number. The decimal number can be converted into the integer, but not the character literals. Okay, this is one thing which you need to know about it. A slight concept, but you need to know about this. Okay, you need to know about this. Done, guys? Okay. Now the thing is, guys. Now the thing is, look on here, guys. Now if I tell it as C here, if I tell it as like C here, the previous data I'm getting it. All right. It is nothing but what? Integer type data. Right. This is already created data. Already created data. I want to change it, guys. I want to change to type. Okay. At that time, I'll be using one function. Okay. I'll be using one function called as, what's the function? What's the function name? Okay. The function name is something like this. Okay. A S type. I'll be telling like this. Okay. What is that? As type. Okay. As type, I will be telling it. Okay. As type. Okay. As type, I'll be using it. Okay. So what is this as type will do it? Okay. So already you have created one data. C has a data, right? Now what I do is already created C dot. I'll just set it as like as type. Okay. As type type. Okay. So for which one I want to convert it? If I want to convert it to string, so I'll just tell like S here. Right. I'll enter it. So it is converted to string. The data is converted to string. If I tell us C, the original data is not affected. It will return, this method will return the after conversion, it will return it. But original data is not getting affected. This is one thing you need to remember it. Okay. So what are the things I can convert it? So I'll tell it as type, I'll just tell it as like type U, I'll tell it. Right? Unsigned, right? So I'll just tell as U. Right? Sorry, I want to do it in uppercase. Right? So I'll just tell as like U, I'll tell it. So I'll enter this. So what I'll do it, this is converted into the unsigned thing. Right? This is converted into the unsigned thing. Done, guys? Done. So this is what it is. What is the method I'm using it? I'm using what? As type. Okay. The best way to change the data type, you can write it down. The best way to change the data type of an existing array is to make a copy of an array with the as type method. With the as type method. Okay. The best way to change the data type of an existing array. Okay. You can change the data type of an existing array. Yes, you can change it by using what? As type. Okay, you can change it by the as type. Okay, so you can write down as type function creates a copy of the array. As type function creates the copy of the array. As type function creates a copy of an array and allows you to specify the data type as the parameter. And allows you to specify the data type as the parameter. So this is what the data type has the parameter, it is allowing it. Okay, as a function creates a copy of an array and allows you to specify the data type as a parameter. Okay, as you know that like data types can be used by using specified string, right? The string literals. For float you will be using F, for I integer you will be using I, for unsigned you will be using U, right? For string you will be using uppercase S, so on. Okay, or else guys, or else you can also use it something like this also. Okay, so you can use it something like this also. If you want to convert this one into float, I'll tell us like float. Directly I will tell as float. Okay. Boolean B, no problem with that. Okay, so I'll come here, I'll tell it as like this. BOL, Boolean. I'll enter this. It is converted into the Boolean also. Got it? So either I can tell it like this, or else I can tell the literals like this. B like this. Right? Wait a second. It is not converting it. Capital also I have done it. Okay, if it is not working, you can directly pass Boolean as this one. Okay, nothing to worry about it. Okay, nothing to worry about it. So just like C, I'll tell it complex. Yes, it is converting it. Complex, it is converting it. Okay. Done, guys. So how to convert the existing array is done. Okay, that's it, guys. That's it. I want to do it. Okay, tomorrow I'll be doing something called as copy and view. I'll be giving the difference between copy as well as view. Sorry, copy किसे बोलते हैं, view किसे बोलते हैं. Okay, this is very quite little understandingly important. For a long run, it might be using it. Okay, which is the original data, which is the viewing data, which is the actual data, which is the copied data. To know about this, I'll be telling the difference between this copy and view tomorrow. Okay, that's it for now, and thank you so much for being with me, and it was really great. And please do practice on the slicing. Go today, practice it, and tomorrow come up with the queries. And if you have any queries, you can put it on the in the comment box, so I'll be helping you out with that. Okay. Thank you so much. We'll see you tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. Till then, bye bye, take care.